Hey guys, welcome to Fantasy Tipped. Max here with you for part 2 of the goalie tandem battles for the Eastern Conference. Without further ado, I'll jump right into it. First up, we got the Boston Bruins. The dynamic duo is back once again. First up, we have Linus Ullmark, who is the Vizina Trophy winner from last season. He is fresh off of a 40 victory, 6 losses, and 1 OTL season. Fun fact, 2 years ago, I was really big on Ullmark. I thought he was going to be a top 5 goalie in the league when he first joined the Bruins. That ended up being a big disappointment with an injury-riddled season. And last campaign, I told myself, I'm not touching this guy. Well, we all know how that ended. Jeremy Swayman is 24 years old. We sometimes forget how young he is because he's already been there for a little bit. Last year, he had 6 losses in regulation in 37 regular season games, including 4 shutouts. They are both by far the best tandem in the National Hockey League, and there is a healthy competition between the two. They love each other, they hug each other like brothers at the end of every game, which gives us amazing post-game rituals. The thing is, the Bruins are losing Patrice Bergeron and David Krejci up the middle. They still have a top-tier top 6 and a great defense, but I believe their depth will be exploitable. I'm curious to see if any changes will occur before the regular season begins, because on paper, their depth looks extremely weak. Ullmark is ranked number 6 and Swayman number 8 by NHL.com. I also believe the Bruins are the only team in their division that took a step back this summer. Every other team has gotten better. Maybe Tampa regressed a little bit, but their core is still there and they have multiple cups in the past 5 years. Therefore, I don't expect the Bruins to repeat their prowess this season, and I think both goalies are ranked a little too high. Do not waste an early pick on a Boston goalie. You will regret it, especially if one of the two outperforms the other and you end up with the goalie who has the regression. To me, hot take or not, at their ADP and where they are ranked, I would skip on the best goalies from last year. Now the Florida Panthers. Sergei Bobrovsky is my personal favorite goalie in the league right now. When he's hot, he's unstoppable. But when he's not, everything goes in. He's a gamer who elevates his game when it's time. You guys got to see him hot last fall when he brought the Panthers to the final. He's also won me a fantasy league on the last day years ago when he posted a shutout against the Maple Leafs. Unfortunately, facts don't care about your feelings. This season is probably the year we see Spencer Knight take over. Last year, he had a sophomore slump and ended up in the AHL. We often forget he is only 22 years old, and he already has a record of 32 wins, 17 losses, and 6 OTLs, with a 2.91 GAA and a 906 percentage. Bob is ranked at number 12, and Knight isn't even in the top 32 by NHL.com. My final thought on these guys is, if you boast an elite goaltender on your fantasy team that doesn't give up a lot of goals, Bob could be a great second/third string goaltender for you, since he'll give you a bunch of victories you need without having all-star GAAs or percentages. But don't perceive Bobrovsky as a true number 1 fantasy goaltender, and if you're in a deeper league, Spencer Knight could be a steal this season. For the Montreal Canadiens, I'm going to say it right away at the risk of being obliterated by my French brothers. I have no faith, short-term nor long-term, in Samuel Montembault. How do you expect me to back up a guy who has a 3.49 GAA and 896% at the NHL level in 107 games? It gets just as bad when you look at his AHL stats of 3.17, 900 in 104 games. Not very good if you ask me. The one positive thing is He led Canada to a gold medal at the World Championship last spring with a 1.42 GAA and a 939 save percentage, including a shutout. Still fade him even in deep leagues. As for Jake Allen, he hasn't done much better for the Canadiens since he's gotten in town, but this year he won't play behind about 10 rookies. The Canadiens are a little more polished, but still rebuilding. I would fade both of these guys, but if I had a toonie on who gets the most starts and who does a little better, if healthy, I think Jake Allen is my guy. For the New Jersey Devils now, last postseason, Vanecek looked completely out of shape, out of gas, and he was completely out of position a lot of times, which is not what Devils fans had expected from him. He's still the only goalie not named Martin Brodeur to get 30 victories for the Devils during a season. He had dominant stretches during the regular season last year, and I expect the same this year. As for Schmid, he had ice in his veins last year during the postseason while shutting out the New York Rangers in Game 7. I think Vanecek should see about 50 to 55 games and Schmid should see 25 to 35. Vanecek has a career 74 wins, 33 losses, and 14 OTLs with a 909 save percentage. Those are very good numbers, and I see the Devils regress a tiny bit. He should still be considered a fringe fantasy starter and an excellent second goalkeeper this season. Vanecek is ranked number 11 while Schmid is ranked number 22, which is not too much out of place for both of them. Forget Connor Hellebuyck, who's been linked to New Jersey. I think the Devils are good with what they have, and I don't think they're going to move. Is it amazing? No. Is it bad? Absolutely not. Okay, guys, here's the deal with the Toronto Maple Leafs. I believe Ilya Samsonov has gotten way too much crap over the years for his play, whether it's with the Washington Capitals or the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's got a career 79 wins, 32 losses, and 13 OTLs. And he knows his way to getting victories. Even if sometimes it can get ugly, this guy is a gamer, and I'm a big believer in Samsonov. Although the Leafs bolstered their goaltending depth last spring with the addition of Martin Jones, I really want to get Samsonov on my fantasy team this season. As for Joseph Woll, he was 6-win, 1-loss last season, and he has a career 9-win, 2 losses with a 2.38 GAA and a 924 save percentage. Pretty freaking good if you ask me. The thing is, the sample size is too small to trust, and maybe this will come back and bite me, but Samsonov is the real play here, and I'll leave it at that. Before I leave you guys, I'm going to leave you with my Eastern Conference ranking. First up, easy pick, Shesterkin, not much to say. Number 2, Vasilevsky. Number 3, Sorokin. We got the Russian guys here. Everybody knows how elite they are. I put Vanecek at number 4, Samsonov at number 5. I told you guys I think the Boston Bruins will regress a little bit, so we've got Ullmark at number 6. I personally have Darcy Kuemper at number 7, which is a little higher than most fantasy advice sites and what other people have. I think the Washington Capitals will do very good this year. Number 8, Frederik Andersen, of course. If he can remain healthy, he should be a top goaltender. We've got Bobrovsky at number 9 in the East. Jonas Korpisalo is one very interesting guy. I'm not sure how many games he'll be able to play, if he's going to be the big difference maker in Ottawa. But it's a fun guy. I'm not betting too high on him, but keep a close eye on Korpisalo. He could be an amazing number 2, number 3. We've got Swayman, of course, at number 11. At number 12, we have Tristan Jarry. I have no faith in Jarry. If you look at the game, sometimes he looks amazing. Nothing goes in the net. But he's also known to collapse at any time. And when he crumbles, it gets ugly. This guy can win you weeks, but he can also lose you weeks. At number 13, very interesting, Merzlikins. He finally gets a Columbus team that will be healthy to start the season. They have a lot of quality players. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Blue Jackets. Will they make the playoff and win the cup? Absolutely not. Will they be better than what they were? Absolutely. Merzlikins could be a very good third keeper in fantasy. At number 14, Ville Husso. Detroit is still rebuilding. 15, we have Carter Hart, Spencer Knight at number 16, and finally, my Jake Allen at number 17. Thank you guys for watching part 2 of my goalie tandem battle videos. I will be leaving my full rankings in the comment down below, East and West combined together. Let me know if you think I'm too eager with Darcy Kuemper. Let me know if I'm out of my mind with Ullmark and Swayman way too far. And if you like the content, click the like button, subscribe to us, and we'll be back for more fantasy advice. See you guys soon.